Hello, once again, Pokepeeps. It is the new season, so it is time to start going meta. We gotta use some meta Pokemon to go up in the ranks, so it's time to really buckle down and see what I can do. First up in the team today is the Alolan Ninetales you should all be familiar with. Got me the Legend rank last season, go check out that video if you haven't, not after this one. It is running Powder Snow, Weather Ball, Psyshock. This is a super spammy moveset. The IV is phenomenal, caught in the Safari Zone, that is why. So yeah, I love this Ninetales. It's a super spammy, hits so many things. If you are using a Tropius and Altaria, it is not going to last long against this. The fairy typing is fantastic. If they send out a dragon, it's not going to survive this. Alolan Ninetales, just a pretty good lead if you have the backup to support it. So next up we have a Politoed, a shiny Politoed, as a matter of fact. I really love using this Politoed. As you can see, 95% Great League IV, 5, 12, 11 spread, running Mudshot Weather Ball, and yes, I did use an Elite TM to give it Earthquake. It is another Weather Ball spammer. You never know if you're going to get Weather Balled or Earthquake if I charge up to it, and you also have to be wary of the Blizzard. Yeah, I'm not running it, but that doesn't mean my opponent knows that. Earthquake and Blizzard charge up around the same time, so it becomes a very good shield baiting move. So yeah, 2 Weather Ballers right up the bat. This team is focusing on really trying to get rid of the shields, pressuring the shields of my opponent. Otherwise, they're going to be hit with some Weather Ball damage. But all the way in the back, I have what is pretty much a classic Pokemon for me. This is one of the first Pokemon I actually was using even before my YouTube channel. It is a Registeel. Before I knew what PvP IVs were, I was running this Registeel. As you can see, it's only 38% for Great League, so you'd be like, Curly, why are you using something that's so low? Like, why would you even try this? It's still a Registeel. Registeel is just a very good PvP Pokemon. Lock-On gives you a bunch of energy, and Registeel being pure steel, it means it's super defensive. It can take a lot of hits from a lot of different things. It doesn't quite like wall Azumarill, but counters it enough if I have the shield advantage with like the flash cannons. If I can get this thing into like a Skarmory, like I can overcharge and pretty much do whatever I want. I send out my Weather Ballers, pressure the shields, bring in Registeel for the KOs. Let's get into these battles. Let's get this first match started up against a Sir Standman. Let's go. They lead with Altaria. Wow, could not have asked for a better matchup. Of course, they get right out of there. Bring in a Deoxys. So Deoxys defense form, I have to be wary of the Thunderbolt if I'm switching into my Politoed. Yeah, like Deoxys just has some super effective moves against my entire team. I took the risk here and did not shield. And of course it is running Thunderbolt, so it takes a nice chunk of damage out of me. Don't like that, but, well, I'm about to spam a bunch of Weather Balls into him. So, yep, gonna get to that next Weather Ball pretty quickly. Whatever his second move is, he's gonna be able to charge it really quickly too. But Mudshot Weather Ball is just a tad bit quicker for whatever he's got going. Alright, he's gonna counter me down. I thought I got to that next Weather Ball, but unfortunately I did not. I'm able to bring out the Ninetales that was already pre-charged, and I was able to fire a Weather Ball. So they shield, they don't want to waste all that energy. So now I have to think, is it running Rock Slide Thunderbolt or Thunderbolt Psycho Boost? Let's see. Psycho Boost. Alright, once again, I take a risk here. They fire the Psycho Boost. The Psycho Boost is going to debuff my opponent. Yep, they're using it again. Don't have to worry about shielding after so many debuffs. I'm just going to Powder Snow it down, get a bunch of energy. I got a lot going on here. So they are one shield down, and they send out an Azumarill. Okay, so not the best, but we're pretty good here. So I'm going to bring out Registeel. I'm not worried about Altaria. They've already wasted one shield. I did throw a Psyshock just to see if I could get a shield. They don't know, maybe I was running Dazzling Gleam. So the flash cannons are going to be doing neutral damage, but what a nice amount of neutral damage. I can actually shield here if I really want to, because like Hydro Pump will do quite a bit of damage, but I don't have to worry about the Altaria here. Yeah, Altaria is not going to be doing that much like very effective damage. They actually switch out to it. So I'm like, if I can bring my Alolan Ninetales back quick enough, I'm going to be able to possibly farm the Altaria down. They get to a move. I'm going to finally use a shield. It's not that the Sky Attack would do a lot of damage. It's the fact that, like, my Registeel was now in the yellow. I didn't want to take much more damage. So I get to the Alolan Ninetales, I get a couple of fast attacks in there, fire the Weather Ball. Got a little bit more energy. I don't think I'm gonna get to the Psyshock, so I'm gonna fire the Weather Ball. Yeah, Weather Ball Ice isn't gonna do much to an Azumarill, but it's okay. Just trying to ping some damage off there. They knew that, so they didn't shield. So now bringing back the Registeel. We're looking kind of close here. I'm like, ooh, do I risk it for the biscuit? Nope. So they are running Ice Beam Play Rough. Did not need to use my shield if I really didn't want to. I get to the Flash Can. I fully expect my opponent to use their shield. This is getting really, really close, but luckily they're not running Hydro Pump, so we have a fighting chance. Play Rough and Ice Beam aren't going to do that much to me. Yeah, let's see here. I'm fairly certain I'm going to survive this. Play Rough, yep. I hang on with a Sliver, and I'm able to lock down my opponent. Good first game. Match number 2 up against a Jexus. Oh, by the way, we are rank 16 right now, trying to get our way up to 17. They have a Jellicent. Alright, so my entire team really doesn't like Jellicent. As you can see, my opponent kind of paused there. Maybe they weren't paying attention. So we're going to take full advantage of that. We are going to charge up and start firing some Psyshocks. Yeah, Psyshocks are only going to be doing neutral damage. But one of the reasons I run Psyshock is because you can fire so many of them compared to Dazzling Gleam. Like, it's obvious sometimes that I'm going to fire a Dazzling Gleam, so that'll get shielded and I waste all the energy. Psyshock, I can fake it sometimes and keep some of that energy that I would have wasted with a Dazzling Gleam. So anyway, they use a Shadow Ball. I did not shield thinking like maybe they'd be baiting me with a Bubble Beam. You never know with the Jellicents. So now I'm so low, I have to sit here and contemplate. Do I just want my Ninetales to get KO'd? Yep. So Ninetales gets KO'd. I bring out the Politoed. I'm trying to knock out this Jellicent before it gets to a Shadow Ball. It might be Shadow Ball Ice Beam. I am able to get the Weather Ball and KO the Jellicent. Out comes a Wigglytuff. I react by sending out the Registeel, and they have a Galarian Stunfisk in the back. Oof. Yeah, if we could have at least won that matchup with the Jellicent, this would have been fantastic. I would have been able to have my Registeel into Wigglytuff, and then they would switch to Stunfisk, and then they get locked into my Politoed. But unfortunately, that's just not how it happened. So now we have to play very strategically and try to get each other shields or shield bait. So we both play cautious and shield, but I was able to get one shield off him with the Flash Can. I'm trying it again, trying to get that second shield. What's going to happen? Oh, they do not shield. I should have went for the Focus Blast that time, huh? Let's see what happens. Are they going to Earthquake? I'm not taking the risk. I'm going to throw a shield up. Oh, they shield baited me. They got me. I shielded a Rock Slide. So I'm going to throw the Flash Can. I really doubt that they're not going to shield here. Oh no, look at that. This guy is playing me. I tried to get to the Weather Ball really quickly, but no luck. I'm just playing this guy's hands. So yeah, that Stunfisk has some charge on, so I'm going to be wary of that. Just trying my best to Weather Ball, Weather Ball, Weather Ball. These charms are doing a nice chunk of neutral damage, but they are going to have to shield this next one if they want their Wigglytuff to hang on. Let's see what they do. Are you finally going to use that shield, sir? No, they do not shield. Meaning I'm going to quickly get to this Weather Ball. They are forced to throw some energy because they are aware of how quickly Politoed will get to Weather Ball. I'm able to bring back out my Registeel, but they still have that shield, so it's like their game. There's nothing I can do. Even after they were like paused for a second, I couldn't win. Good game, dude. You played very strategically. Very good game. Going into the third match up against Otani Great. Very interesting name. I like that. They send out an Obstagoon. So if we were running Charm, this would be a very big advantage for us, even with Dazzling Gleam. But they don't even take the risk. They see the Alolan Ninetales, they get out of there, and they're running a Shadow Porygon Z. Very spicy pick there, friend. Shadow Porygon is very known for Lock On and Tri Attack. So I send out my Registeel. Because Tri Attack is only a normal type move, I'm going to be able to resist it, but those debuffs are not going to be nice still. So let's see how much damage we do. You know, that's still more damage than I would have thought for a normal type attack. That just shows the power behind, like, a Shadow Porygon. And they actually get the debuff that time. Yeah, I believe it's a 50-50 shot that he has of getting my attack and defense debuffed. So I'm able to finally get to my Flash Cannon. They do not shield. They let their Pokemon get debuffed. I'm not going to be able to get to the Focus Blast. I was fingers crossed getting to the Flash Cannon, no luck. Bringing back out the Alolan Ninetales. Wondering if I'm going to get a Cross Chop, a Night Slash, or even a Gunk Shot would be bad. I risk it and I use Night Slash, so I don't need to waste a shield. So now they send in a Azumarill. So I would have loved to have Registeel for this Azumarill, but I'm just going to have to try and make do with what I have. If they are running like Ice Beam Hydro Pump, I could possibly like safe swap into the Politoed. But we don't know the moveset yet. I'm going into another Psyshock, doing as much neutral damage as I can. I still have 2 shields while they only have the 1. So I decide to throw up one, see what we're dealing with. A Play Rough. Alright, so it's Play Rough Hydro Pump or Play Rough Ice Beam. So we know that Politoed will not enjoy getting that Play Rough. Gonna send out more and more Psyshocks. And we gotta remember that Obstagoon in the back. I send out the Politoed. I am taking a risk here. Don't know if they're throwing Ice Beam or Hydro Pump or Play Rough. It was a Play Rough. So yeah, we don't like that. But it definitely could have done more damage than that. I thought Play Rough would definitely be hitting me a little harder. Maybe Politoed just is a little good defensively. Hold on to my shield. I'm going to be firing some Weather Balls. Bam. Do a nice chunk of damage there. Still have my last shield. Can I get to that Weather Ball? I sure can. So they have to burn this last shield or the Obstagoon is KO'd. Yep. And they are going to be able to counter me down. Out comes my Ninetales. Yeah, they're getting that last shield off of me. So it was actually a really good job that I was able to switch out into that Politoed, because I was able to get them to burn that last shield and waste some energy. Yeah, they did some damage, but it's definitely helping. Yep. There goes the Obstagoon. I just have to quickly get to this last Weather Ball, and the game is set and match. So I'm guessing that my opponent was running Play Rough Hydro Pump, because I feel like they could have gotten to an Ice Beam possibly with that Azumarill. But we take our second win of the night, 2 out of 3 so far. 4th match, though this will get us our 3rd win up against, I guess it was just Jacob. Okay, Jacob, let's go. Send out a Skarmory. Alright, I have to be super wary if this Skarmory is running Flash Can. We already see it does not have the fast move Steel Wing, which is usually the case. You don't see many Steel Wing sets. Usually Wing Attack. Yeah, I'll get to my Weather Ball extremely quickly like I always do. Obviously it was a Weather Ball. I was not trying to Shield Bear or nothing. Get to my second Weather Ball. So Wing Attack isn't super good at getting energy, so I'm charging up way quicker than my opponent is. They actually decided to shield that one. I was a little surprised by that. Maybe they didn't want me to Powder Snow them down. So they bring out a Sky Attack. And they swap into Politoed. Charge up, charge up. So I have to decide, do I want my Ninetales to get KO'd here, or should I use a shield? I decide to shield so I can save some of my energy. Yep, overcharging quite a bit. Sending out my Politoed to catch that Weather Ball. That was a fantastic swap. It's a lot easier to know when to swap when you're running the same Pokemon. A lot easier to count the Mud Shots into the Weather Ball. So I'm going straight for the Earthquake. I'm not even going to fool around. Not going to shield bait, going right for Earthquake. Let's see my opponent's reaction. They do not shield. That's wonderful. So they obviously charged up to the same amount. I want to see if my opponent will also throw an Earthquake. They sure do. Great minds think alike. Unfortunately for him, though, I have more energy. I overcharged just a tiny bit. I'm going to fire this Weather Ball to take this KO. Oh, but they decided to shield. Almost got to that next Weather Ball. I'm thinking here, like, should I hold on to my shield? Like, yeah, sure. I'm going to hold on to my shield. Keep some shield advantage. Now I am going to send out my Alolan Ninetales, get a little more energy. Now I have so many Weather Balls charged up. Whatever they throw out is about to be Weather Balled a bunch. It's a Azumarill. Never mind, I'm going for Psyshock. Yeah, Azumarill would resist the Ice-type move being the Water-type, so I am going to be using Psyshock. Send out the Registeel, get a bunch of charge. Charging up, not sure if they're going to be switching. Want to make sure what's up. And we're going to take the risk to see what they're using. They use an Ice Beam Shield Bait. So Ice Beam is going to do absolutely nothing to my Registeel. Throwing the neutral damage Flash Cannon. You see, even though it's neutral, it's doing quite a nice chunk to an Azumarill. And once again, this is not like a good PvP IV Registeel. It was only like not even 40%. Alright, so they do shield me there. They finally got a shield out of me, but it does not matter because I am going to Flash Can this before they even have a chance to get to an Hydro Pump, if that's even what they're running. We never get to see it, sending out their last Pokemon, being that Skarmory. So, yeah, Registeel walls Skarmory. There's literally nothing they can do. So Focus Blast is going to be able to take out this Skarmory very easily. Bam. So good game. We take the third match and we're guaranteed a 3-win encounter. Last match up against an Aero. We already got the 3 wins, so we already know we got our encounter. Can we get to the 4th win? They send out a Toxicroak. Alright, this is not a super bad matchup. I just have to be wary of a Sludge Bomb. My Sludge Bomb will one-hit KO me, but my Psyshock will also one-hit KO them. I decided to play it safe here because I obviously want to go for a Psyshock, and they would probably shield that. Yep, so they shield a Weather Ball instead of a Psyshock. So I have to be wary once again of a Sludge Bomb, so I use a shield. And there's the Sludge Bomb. Alright, I made the right calls here. So they swap into Deoxys. I swap into my Politoed. Just like in the beginning of this video, we had to be wary of the Thunderbolt, so we don't know if this is Thunderbolt, Rock Slide, or Psycho Boost. Which combination of moves are you, Deoxys? Here comes the move. It seems a little quick for a Thunderbolt. Let's see. Ah, it was a Thunderbolt. Good thing I shielded. So I'm going to keep spamming the Weather Balls over and over again. So even though Thunderbolt is going to do quite a bit of damage, it doesn't have Stab. So at this rate, I still might be able to hang on. Let's see what happens here. Keep Weather Balling this Deoxys down. Just one more Weather Ball if I can somehow squeeze it in there. Ah, they got to a move. Will this Thunderbolt KO my Politoed? Bam, it does. Oof, even without Stab, it does quite a nice bunch of damage. I'm going to charge up a bit, just because I know I can. They just fired that Thunderbolt, so they must not have much energy. Down goes the Deoxys, who you're sending out. They send out a Politoed, okay. So I'm going to fire a Psyshock this time, doing some nice neutral damage. So I have to be careful, like, I don't really want to be hit with an Earthquake, but I also don't want the Politoed to charge up too fast. So they actually are going for a Weather Ball here. So I'm wondering if they're running Weather Ball Blizzard, so it didn't matter if they had the energy for Earthquake, they only have a Blizzard. So I quickly fire a Flash Cannon into Toxicroak. Toxicroak's a glass can, so it can't take a move whatsoever. Now I really need to get into a Focus Blast here. Their Politoed is firing another Weather Ball. They're going to get to that Weather Ball pretty quickly, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to the Focus Blast. So I fire the Flash Cannon just to do some damage and make sure. Flash Cannon does a little bit of damage here, not too much, but getting pretty close. If only Lockdown did a little more damage, maybe we would be able to fast attack it down. So this Politoed has a bunch of energy saved up. It's going to be able to fire a bunch of Weather Balls doing neutral damage to my Ninetales. They decide not to take the risk, and they're firing both of the Weather Balls they had stored up to take out my Ninetales, which is honestly a pretty good call. They might be able to Mudshot me down, but that was definitely the safest move. A good game from my opponent. Very close match, almost got that 4 win, but all that matters is we got the 3. And we get a male Frillish. Okay, yeah, never hate getting male Frillish because that's a PvP exclusive. So, I hope you enjoyed the battles. I am still currently using this team. It's very strong. I'm getting a lot of good wins with this. So expect another video or 2 of these guys. We're just rocking it. If you enjoyed these matches, go check out my other matches. I was using this Alolan Ninetales last season. It got me to Legend Rank. If you haven't seen that vid, go check it out. There was also a Jellicent lead in one of these matches, which is something I have also tried. If that's something you are interested in maybe trying yourself, I do have a video of me rocking Jellicent as a lead in Great League, so go give that a look-see. Follow me on twitch.tv/TheRangerCurly. I do go live for at least 1 hour every week, sometime during the week. No specified schedule as of yet, but that could totally change sometime in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed the matches, and as always, happy hunting.